the coldest day today, but it's kind of nice. It's very mysterious up on this open piece of ground with the clouds coming in and out. And I've put an extra layer on and feeling quite toasty right now for the first time this morning. And it's about 10:30. Been going for about 3.5 hours. Well, that's the summit of Big Bald that I've just climbed, and heading down towards, well, not all down, there's a bit of up there, and so it's towards the shelter, Bald Mountain shelter, where I can have some lunch. It's a brilliantly beautiful day after the freezingness of yesterday. So really enjoying a bit of sun and a bit of warmth in shorts today. Can't complain up here, hey? You can see the full force of the hurricane here. I'm heading that way, and thank goodness for the chainsaw people. Man, must have been a real mess prior to them doing anything. Clambering up and over, you just give up. Wholesale destruction. I'm sure glad I wasn't out in it. Another big batch of fallen down trees. Man, look at it. There's more trees down than there are. Yeah, look over there. Well, this is Irwin. It's like a construction zone here. There's been truck after truck after truck coming through. There's obviously a lot of rebuild going on here. It's probably good so. Not a particularly awe-inspiring video, but it's quite significant. This one, today I've skipped ahead 30 miles, 22 miles of which this trail has been closed, and there's 8 miles that it just made sense to leave as well. So I'll come back and do those 30 miles at the end, and it's going just a couple of days for the gal a lot later on in June. So BC and Wendy dropped us off at Hughes Gap this morning. I was actually just about before midday. So I've got about a 10.6 hike to Stanley Murray Shelter, and it's meant to snow later on today with 2 to 4 inches overnight. But I've got a nice bed and breakfast all booked up for tomorrow night. It's in Mountain Harbour, which has been destroyed by the floods, but their B&B's still open, but their hostel's gone. But yeah, that's what it is today, and it's just the same as it was in 2023. This place is just cold and foggy, and also they've got the highest shelter on the trail at Rowan Knob. I think something like 6,280 feet above sea level. Oh well, I better skedaddle and get to this hut before the snow comes. We wouldn't want to be out in it. Spot you. That was a night to remember. It started snowing around about 7. Tooth Fairy turned up and we had snow coming in the shelter, covering the sleeping bags, but I had another angel in Tooth Fairy. He had a tarp which he and I rigged up to get rid of most of the snow off our gear and bags. We managed to have a fairly decent night with nobody and Metric, who turned up late, and while it wasn't the most comfortable night, we survived because it was a bitter cold and I wouldn't have wanted to be out anywhere else but in that shelter with those guys. Really lucky. Survival and angels. Yep, it sure did snow last night. Pretty. Now that I'm warmed up, it's pretty acceptable. Oh, good morning. It's 400 miles this morning. It's about the 22nd of March, I think, somewhere around there anyway. And it's a bit of a cheats 100 miles because I've only done 70 walking and skipped 30. But for logistics purposes, it's probably better that I stick to the trail mileage rather than start making calculations all over the place. It's been, an interesting 100 miles, all right. Highlights have been lots of blowdowns, as you can see behind us. There's some there, and also there has been snow again. The dog would freeze evidently, and also more people, so it's now quite a nice balance between company and the ideals of a maverick.